Hello, welcome back for another fabulous chat on Not Another Couples podcast.
Well said.
Here we are. This week we are going to be diving into the world of crime.
Are we?
Yes.
Crime.
Sounds really dramatic, doesn't it?
Not grime.
Not grime,
Not
crime.
the music, grime.
No, basically, the main topic to start, I think.
Why are you looking over there?
I'm just looking out the stairs.
Are we getting burgled?
No, we're all right. Yeah, just keep an eye. I'm always on alert. Security.
Got an eye.
Joey Barton. I'm just going to throw that name out.
What's the correlation between crime?
Crime! Joey Barton is an ex-footballer.
Yes, I know who he is.
You know who he is?
Yeah.
Who is 43 years old. He's not a child.
Right.
And he has been spouting off on what was Twitter. Everybody refers to X, which was Twitter. I'm
Yes.
like, why can't you just call it X now?
Because it's not called X.
It is called
It's
X.
not called Twitter.
I know, but everybody goes X, which was called Twitter. Just call it X.
So you're now known as Mrs. Roberts. You're no longer known as Susie. You're known as Mrs. Roberts or Mark's husband. That's the same thing.
I don't think so.
Sorry.
Ever.
Sorry.
Anyway, Joey Barton has been spouting
Joey.
off on X, slagging off, not just like normal horrific social media banter, which happens all the time, which is not great, but he basically been pulled up in court because he's been, like, it's vicious. It's like sort of
Slanderous.
crossing the line, someone said, between, what was the quote? Cross the line between free speech
Yes.
and crime, basically. A criminal act.
What is that line?
Well, the fact that he's called, I think it's Jeremy Vine, and there's two female football pundits.
Well, Jerry Vine,
Who
I think
he
is
is-
one of the most, seems to be one of the nicest guys.
But he's obviously got a bit in his body about Jeremy Vine and all his sort of, road policing for cyclists and all that sort of stuff.
But Jeremy Vine hasn't got to the point where he's recording people, is he? Not like the guy, what's his name? There's a cyclist
I don't know whether
I've
he
seen.
does.
I've seen a cyclist going over Putney Bridge, and he's famous, who has a head cam on, and people stationary in traffic looking at their phones, and he takes their number and gets them points and fines.
Yeah, I think Jeremy Vine, I think he does have a helmet cam, but it's the fact that he called him a cycling nonce, which I don't think was very PC, particularly.
What a nonce.
I'm sure there's other horrific, that's the only one that's been reported.
Yeah, I think there could be worse.
I know, but the fact that he's instigated that he is a paedophile.
But Joey Barton was a really unpleasant footballer.
Well, I mean, I've literally just looked up some of his stuff. I mean, I spoke to a friend who's in football last night who, and her quote was, he's a sociopath.
Yeah.
So basically, he's not only just, I mean, it's not just us. If it was just like a few stupid, idiotic, dumb things he said on thing, then you think, okay, that's a one-off. He's an idiot. He needs to be cautioned. He needs to be told off. He needs to be...
But some people you see doing, announcing these things, and you can see they're only doing it to build their social media profile, whatever it's called.
He's not. No. So his background, I've looked him up. So let's go back. 2007, he played for, I can tell you, Man City and Newcastle.
Newcastle, that's the top I remember.
So he, back in even 2000, he's just an angry man. He's just a very angry man who unfortunately has had, given a high profile and a lot of money, and just thinks he's can get away with stuff. Would you say? I think they think they can get away with stuff because of who they are and what they do. I think. But in 2007...
Yeah, but how many footballers...
No, but 2007, it's not just like people outside. He attacked one of his mates, training mates.
Yeah,
who was then unconscious and had to be taken to football during training.
To football?
But that's in 2000...
Taken to hospital.
Taken to hospital, sorry. Same thing. In 2007, why is he not, punished severely?
Because did you see how he played? He was the enforcer. He was the Vinnie Jones of that era.
But again, this is 2007. This is not 1985 or 1990s.
Every football team needs an enforcer.
Yeah, but if you make your training partner unconscious, it's not in a match.
Yeah, but how many fights happen in rugby training? Loads. But they don't talk about it because it stays within training, first and second A and B squads, there are constant fights between the forwards. Like, people will punch each other, knock each other out, but they keep it quiet. That happens a lot. When you've got testosterone and ego and people fighting for positions, that happens quite a lot. There's always
be
banter.
Unconscious and be taken to hospital. I know he's a footballer.
Yeah, he must have tripped
probably
up.
broken now. 2008, he was jailed for 6 months for another violent assault. This is just like a year later.
I thought he got done for not bribes, for
yeah.
betting.
Well, I'm getting to that.
Oh,
we haven't got there. We're going through his whole. It's really interesting. Not. He got involved in a fight outside McDonald's for he thought someone was having a go at him or taunting him about his brother, really nice family it sounds, who was jailed for the racist murder of Anthony Walker. So that's nice, if you keep it in the family.
Look,
but the worst one for me, well, not the worst one, is he got an 18-month ban from football for the bribe thing.
No, it was, okay.
Or breaching betting rules, it's called. And then, but he kicked his wife in the head. That's nice. He sounds like a really nice person.
So I personally think we should no longer talk about him.
No, I'm just putting it out there to start the conversation about how is it that they get away with it time after time after time. Because the recent ones is just a bit of stupid, obviously he's not a very intelligent human being, on X.
He's a sociopath. He doesn't care what people think.
He doesn't think he can say what he likes and he's not going to get... Because he's not had a harsh enough...
No, he doesn't care. He's a sociopath. It's a bit like that. There's no empathy for other human beings. He shouldn't... Unfortunately, he was good at football. Because if he wasn't good at football, he'd be in prison.
Well, he should be in prison as well, I think.
He must well end up... Or he'll end up... There's always a bigger dog out there. Someone will take Jeremy Vine's stepbrother, who's a giant... Ex-bodybuilder, Tim Vine, who's a Muay Thai expert.
He's the fastest joke teller. Maybe just tell him loads of jokes.
Fastest jokes in a minute.
Yeah, most
jokes in a minute. Yes, that's it, not fastest joke.
Well, most jokes in a minute. So you can just talk at him. So yeah. But it's like the conversation of why I don't know, some of the gladiators obviously went down some bad roads. But I think Shadow specifically has turned his life around. But he was in prison for a long time because he had to, sort himself out.
But it's only because, there's a lot of people, and not a lot of people, there is a small percentage of the human race who are like that, but normally don't get press coverage because they're not well known.
But I think Shadow's was drug, fueled. So it's not like saying he was a bad person. He just became a bad person, I think.
Made the wrong choices.
Made bad decisions.
If you listen to him now, he's all about motivating others and helping.
And I think probably in the previous, before he got involved in all that stuff, he was probably the same. He just went down that sort of horrible drug route and that messed with his brain and his morality.
But don't they say there's a direct relation, like top CEOs have got sociopathic tendencies, psychopathic tendencies, where it's just about, the reason why they got to the top is they really just don't give a shit to what happened to other people on the way up.
Yeah, I mean, luckily there are some that aren't.
Poo.
So he's drinking a protein shake.
I'm doing an enema.
People at home, yeah, exactly. That's what it looks like.
Nearly as bad as Flynn's initiation.
Does it taste... Oh my gosh, okay, yeah.
Well, we can't really talk about that. What goes on tour?
What happens in initiation?
What goes at Luke stays at Luke's.
Spring it, yeah. But the other thing that came up when I was thinking about looking up all this stuff was forgotten, because we've been watching Gavin and Stacey again.
Yes.
And the names obviously ring a bell, and you go, oh, that's so and so, that's so and so. But I hadn't realised all of their names.
I thought okay.
No, so I thought the Shipman and the Sutcliffe stung up, but I didn't know Bryn, Gwen, and Stacey's surname. Do you know what that is?
So we had the Sutcliffes. So it's Shipmans were the. It's no, go on.
West.
No, yeah. Right.
So you got Pete Sutcliffe, Pete and Dawn. So Pete Sutcliffe was the Yorkshire Ripper, Peter Sutcliffe, but he's known as Pete Sutcliffe in Gavin and Stacey. You've got Pam Mick and Gavin Shipman.
Yeah, the doctor.
Who was Dr. Harold Shipman, who was a GP he was one of the most prolific serial killers.
Yeah.
Like 200 victims
Got
or
away
something.
with it. Yeah.
Horrific. And then you've got West, so Fred and... Mary, was it?
May West, wasn't it?
No, that's
an actress.
Yeah, that's an actress. Fred and Rose West. And they were a husband-wife team who buried people in the garden or whatever.
Yeah.
But then even Smithy, because I had to look it up, because I looked it up because I was like, I need to know why they've chosen these names, obviously other than that. So Smithy's named after someone from the Brides in Bath, George Joseph Smith, who killed 3 brides, or had 3 wives basically, who he drowned in the bath for their inheritance.
Oh, nice.
So obviously, and then the other thing is obviously with Stacey, because she was a West, and there's a little joke apparently in the script in one of the episodes where she's going, she couldn't wait to change her name to with all the connotations of being West, and then she's obviously married a Shipman.
Right. Stacey Shipman, I see.
Look excited.
Yeah. Well, no, we had talked about it before, but also I think
But no, I
we're
didn't know
now
the
at the
West
stage.
thing.
We've watched it so much that I reckon I would be pretty good at Mastermind. Chosen subject, Gavin and Stacey.
Do you reckon?
Even to the point where we both noticed one mistake in the script writing when Bryn swears
the Christmas,
and uses the word horseshit
horseshit.
when he's talking about Noel Edmonds on Deal or No Deal, and if he wasn't in it, it's total horseshit. And that's the only. I don't think he swears.
Yeah, he doesn't sound.
And we both
quote
went,
us if we're wrong, people.
We're proper nerds. We're Gavin and Stacey nerds. But
But his personality doesn't come. He's super polite and super what's the word? Sincere and.
You like sincere at the moment, don't you?
Well, no, I keep saying the wrong word, so I'm trying to remember the right word. He's very genuine and very sort of naive, really, isn't he, Bryn?
Yeah. Good little Welsh boy.
I did want to ask him the other day, though, saw him at school. Did want to say to him, I'm having the gnocchi. Every time I have gnocchi, I'm like, I'm having the gnocchi! I'm not sure he'd appreciate me going up and saying that to him. Gavin and Stacey. So there is a thing of watching Gavin and Stacey's from...
Whatever that date is, it takes you up to
Christmas.
We went early.
We went early, but we've also been watching multiple, because Amber came back. We watched one of the Christmas specials with Amber, and Flynn was absolutely...
beside himself.
Can't believe he watched it.
Very upset.
So now, actually, when they speak on the phone, Flynn actually said, can we watch some of the Christmas films? Because I was back this week, end of this week, but she's like the Nativity, it's like the classic.
He watched, apparently, his girlfriends, he watched Polar Express.
I know, I haven't watched that for years. Is that Tom Hanks one?
Yeah, the kind of animated cartoon. It's all cartoon, it's not... Yes, Tom Hanks is the voice.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. There we are.
Favourite Christmas film?
I think Elf's still up there.
I do like the first Nativity, though.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Poppy.
Yes.
Actually, I put the thing that comes up, send it to teachers, obviously, with Nativity. And literally, teachers will spend the whole time ticking off things that are obviously not safeguarded.
Right.
Like taking a whole load of kids to a hospital to watch birth.
To watch a birth, yeah.
Or taking them off on random trips across to Wales, or in the second one and all that sort of stuff. First one is one of the best ones. What's the little Bob? Little kid Bob.
And he wasn't an actor, was he? He was at the school, was he?
No, I can't remember.
Were they all actors?
I think some of the kids weren't, but some of the main characters weren't necessarily stage school kids, but they just auditioned them like they did for the actual Nativity show.
Oh, okay.
Just to get some sort of quirky kids rather than all just sort of show. But I think too the dancer one, the taller boy, I can't remember who was in the boy band. Can't remember all their names now. They were ballroom. He was like a dancer, I think.
Oh, was he?
Him and one of the other girls, I think. Or there was some couple of kids who were like a bit more stage schooly performance, but a lot of them weren't, because they wanted them to look like behave like just regular kids who've been given an opportunity to.
Yeah, it was good. Do like it. Yes, Nativity, but Elf. I think Elf still gets it for me.
I do talk to Yogi like that though.
Talk to Yogi about.
Like as I'm Elf, when he goes, "I love you, I love you, I love you,"
and he just gives you a weird look.
Yeah, we're doing dog.
I've decided this Christmas we're going to, in between Christmas year, we're going to go and do things.
Crikey, Jesus.
Jesus, exactly.
Jesus. Sorry.
You're going to church today.
I know, I've got chapel.
Chapel read. Son Flynn's doing a chapel reading.
I know, he's literally hanging. He's got man flu, bit of man flu.
Is he feeling rough still?
He's still a bit rough. His eyes are like that.
Stingy eyes.
So I was a bit worried about more worried about him driving to and from school than being at school, to be fair.
True.
Now he's driving. He came home with man flu. Lots of them are going down. It's that, end of term.
Yeah, quite a few of the athletes were off, and that reminds me.
Well, they've just pushed each other. He's had 3 rugby matches last week. One on a Friday night, big cup match on the Wednesday, and then.
You're right, Susie. You're not wrong.
Last match, and then rugby initiations, which luckily he didn't have to do too many because he did them all last year.
Yes.
And actually, I think they were fairly tame last year compared to what they sounded like they did this year.
I'd forgotten about the toilet roll up your bum. Well, not the whole
Honestly, it's only boys who do that. I mean, the girls' rugby, from Amber's side of things, they don't do anything like that.
They don't do bum pints, do
it's
they?
It's just sticking your
willy in
in
pot
things,
of chili.
or I mean, honestly, what is that about?
It's bonding. Bonding. I think it's well, maybe putting your willy in chili. Willy in chili.
I just don't get that. I get this sort of. I mean, there's some of the other things they did. I sort of get. It's like borderline crazy, but still quite funny. It's on that edge, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So yes. So that's what we're doing. Christmas. We're going to be.
And what have you planned?
Well, I'd like to go to All-Star Bowling. I don't know if I want to go to this one here. So we have a London trip.
Crikey.
Go up to Londinium and book some lanes and go bowling.
We're up to Londinium on Saturday, didn't we?
Yes, we're up again Wednesday.
Crikey, we are really, really splashing out.
But we're taking public transport on Wednesday.
Are we?
So I'm going to have to take a
I
jab.
drove on Saturday night.
I'm going to have to get an injection.
It's not an injection, it's just you going on a tube.
Yeah, but with common people from Essex. There'd be a lot of people from Essex coming down into London that night. I'm joking. I don't mind Essex at all.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
When?
When I did that really weird...
Oh, that worm thing?
Yes. And it was so cold. Is that Chelmsford or somewhere around there? Is that Essex?
He had to go to...
On a motorbike for an hour and a half,
What was
and
it
it was
called?
freezing.
It's because you had a background in gardening.
Yes.
And there was a TV thing that they were trying to get you to promote, talking about
Worms.
composts and
Yeah,
worming.
and how good worms were for your garden.
And I remember you went there on a motorbike as
I
well.
was so cold. I had to sit in this bloke's car with the heating on, and I couldn't get rid of the shakes. It was like 3 degrees, and I'd been on the motorbike for an hour and a half, and I just couldn't warm up. And I was standing.
Is this why you don't like Essex? Is this
Yes.
like flashbacks?
Yeah, it's a lot colder in Essex than anywhere else in the world. Anywhere, it's a little pocket micro environment, Essex.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that an actual fact?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why I'm amazed with the girls that wear, because Essex girls only wear mini
Sorry,
skirts.
girls up north, when I did Panto in Sunderland,
Well,
were no.
what?
I know what you're going to say.
Pigs and pants?
Yes.
That was
And
Birmingham.
That
then.
was Birmingham. I'm talking about Sunderland. When I was doing Panto up there, no one wore clothes. And bearing in mind,
Excellent.
was literally the girl. It was so cold. I remember going out on New Year's Eve because I was seeing Panto up there. We all went out. I was wearing trousers, a jumper, and a coat, and I was 23, 24. And so these girls were going out tiny little dresses, tiny shoes. There was snow on the ground, and they had no coats, no nothing. I mean,
Here's a
I know
question to you.
Amber and all her mates they do the same.
When they bend over and you see their actual arse and their pants,
I don't know because I don't look. Cause I'm not a
you've
perv.
seen it. You've seen it.
All right.
So why? They must know that their arse is hanging out.
But because probably when they're at home and they do that whole like look in the mirror, they don't check. Most people don't actually check what they look like from behind.
But don't they ask their mates? Go, how's this look from behind? If I touch my toes.
Maybe they all do it. Maybe they do that for the reason.
What, to show
For the reason.
nicky nacky news?
Mine was like, I was literally only about 24 or something, and I was like a mum. I was like, what? They're literally, I was freezing. I was like, it's ridiculous. Gonna catch a death. But laughing. And they were having a brilliant time though. Literally up there, everybody just goes out, got a £5 in the pocket, back in the olden days with cash. Just spend their £5 or whatever minimum amount.
Pull a
dress
bloke.
up, go out. No, not always pull a bloke, but just go out with your mates, have a laugh, and not wear any clothes.
Okay.
Well, not wear a coat. Not wear any clothes. They're wearing clothes, obviously, but not very much. Because the problem is, you go in clubs and then you've got a queue to put your coat in. I get it. It's a pain in the arse.
And you had to pay for the locker, didn't you?
Queue for a cloakroom, pay for the cloakroom, even if it's another £1 or something, and then you've got to go and get that at the end of the night, queue up, you can't be arsed, and actually it's just easier to just not
Get
bother,
hypothermia.
wear a coat and just run there, and hopefully you haven't got to stand for too long in a queue to get in.
Just
anyway.
cuddle up. A lot of them had good insulation.
Not all these girls, I have to say. Birmingham, some, yes. Less.
That was an eye-opener.
Well, you're like, oh, hello, posh bloke from southwest London, Wimbledon Village, darling.
Well, we got
And then
driven
you
to
went
our
to
clubs. Our drivers would take us.
Birmingham. Yeah, you were the driver.
Oh, yeah.
You used to drop your mates off and then leave.
And go home.
It's just such an old grandad.
No, I just hated nightclubs. I didn't get it. Because normally the music was shit.
Nightclubs or late?
Nightclubs in,
or late
in
night.
Fulham or wherever they went to.
Embargo, sorry.
It was just
Yeah.
posh white people that couldn't dance and just rammed. And then back then
I
everyone
don't think
smoked.
it's changed.
And everyone smoked then as well.
Yeah.
And I really didn't like that. And I'd much prefer to do
Papa.
stuff during the day. So I'd annoy them and get up early and whatever we'd want to do, go mountain biking or do something active. I like having like a meal and drinks and all of that with your
See, I
mates.
find that really boring. Just sitting.
Well, you don't have to sit. You can stand up if you want.
What, having a meal?
Yes.
You don't have a meal standing
Stand on
up,
the
do you?
Yeah, you can if you're.
Ridiculous. No, I find fine if you're with, having a meal, but then I get like people just sitting drinking. That's like
dear, Susie.
Boring at the pants off me.
Is it?
That's why I didn't used to drink.
It's because you're short of conversation. You don't know what to talk about.
No, I've got a lot to say, as you know. Director of talking. But if I have alcohol, it makes me sleepy. So then I can't be bothered to talk, and I just want to sleep.
Oh, Susie. This has been a tough life for you.
You had a lot of alcohol on Saturday night, young man.
Just one.
Just one?
One type of drink.
Well,
I didn't have any spirits.
You tasted some?
No. Oh, I tasted the cinnamon beer.
No. And what was the other one?
No, I didn't. I sniffed it, and I didn't realise what I ordered had whiskey in it. So I put it on the side
an old-fashioned
surreptitiously. Yes. What is an old-fashioned? Whiskey and something.
You're asking the wrong person.
But I saw he had really nice rum down there, but it was all too late by then. I was going to have rum and coke.
So you're just drinking champagne. Oh. Quaffing, I'm going to say champagne.
I was quaffing.
There
There were some very drunk people, but it was very nice.
Oh my God, but that was brilliant people watching.
So, he did come up with a quote that he'd invited 40 of his best mates and friends, people that he trusts implicitly, but you give them alcohol and chocolate cake, and it's like being in a kindergarten. He's just found chocolate cake everywhere around his house, and his house has just been done up.
It's beautiful.
And it's like, oh shit, like back of chairs and...
Well, the kitchen was, in my opinion, the worst place to have cream material chairs.
Was that around the dining table?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't spot
all
that.
The chairs were pushed in around the dining table, so that's just...
He was still a little stressed when I saw him Monday
Push
morning.
them to the wet back or move them away. No one's going to sit down on those chairs. And there was like that gooey, gâteau-y chocolate cake.
Yeah, good. I didn't try it, actually.
No, but it's
I went
like...
mid-spy, obviously.
And that was right near the chairs. I was like, no.
Oh, Susie, no.
Caterers should have known better. The caterers should have said. They had
known.
caterers there.
Caterers.
Who...
Yeah, he'd used them before, and I can't remember the story of the guy with the tats. Not too sure about the story, so I won't say.
Okay, good. But he was clearing the kitchen top with a big red tablecloth. I was trying to get rid of it, and I actually wanted him to just do that. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Can you do it?
Yes.
Without breaking things?
We'll do it. We'll have a competition.
Can you do it without breaking things?
We'll do it downstairs, Christmas party trick. We've all got to do it once.
You are absolutely belming now, aren't you?
I'm not belming. I'm good at it. You don't use a fabric one, so you don't use it like your cottony red thing that has grip on it. Oh no. So you just use... It's all about wrist speed, and I tell you what, I'm good with my wrists. Very good.
When was the last time you did it?
Oof.
1984?
And the other one I'm very good at is the beer mat flick off the edge of the table. See that action?
How many can you do though?
14.
That's an absolute lie.
14.
When was the last time you did that?
A week ago. I do it every night.
What?
When you're sleeping, these are all the kind of things I do when you're sleeping, snoring. Oh, you got annoyed with me the other night, didn't you?
I did.
What?
So if you haven't seen our Jimmy Carr show, Am I the Arsehole? It's about me snoring. Go and look at it. And
so what I didn't know, the backstory is I didn't know you'd struggle to get to sleep. But also you thought that was the first time I tried to wake you up, and it was about the 8th or 9th, where I'd been gently... So I've got a new technique. I pull the pillow, right, because if I pull the duvet, nothing happens.
The trouble is I was lying on my back. I basically had real problems going to sleep.
Because you're excited lying next to me?
I've been up for about 2-3 hours by this point. Eventually come back, got my sleep hat on, my woolly hat, which normally just literally, ridiculous, but that normally just sends me off to sleep.
You and Josh Widdicombe.
Nothing was happening. I was obviously dozing and going off and snoring. And then I was literally on my back, and then my neck would go like this because you'd pull the pillow.
Well, it's not that aggressive.
Well, it was enough.
Tug.
No, it was enough for my head to go like that. Seriously, otherwise I wouldn't have woken up. Maybe by the time you've done the 7th and 8th one, it was a bit more of a tug. First ones were probably quite gentle. And so I was obviously quite annoyed. I thought you were just doing it for thinking you were grabbing your own pillow and turning over or something.
There had been a 45-minute window between the first and the last.
So then I was like really pissed off. But then I was about to get up, but you went first. And I was snoozling a bit by then.
Yes, you were snoring again, so I'm out. Can we set this up so I can sleep here
But
again?
I have to leave all this up now. We'll decide later. This is nothing you need to know, people.
What it is, it's all about couples. The couples that, all these rose-tinted spectacles.
But they don't know what's behind the lights.
We've got a sofa bed,
which
is full of Christmas wrapping and stuff.
Yeah, because this is my zone for my Christmas stuff.
Crikey.
There's a whole bed upstairs.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about that.
That's where I thought you'd gone.
Bollocks.
It's a whole double bed.
Oh my God. And then she's back Thursday.
Yeah, tough,
Love
mate.
to get in bed with... Oh, thanks.
No, don't get in bed with your daughter. That's just weird. She will kick you hard.
I will wear panty liners.
No, it doesn't matter. She doesn't like anyone sleeping in her bed. Sophie, her mate, stayed at Amber's up in her uni the other night when they'd been out.
Oh, yeah.
Amber went downstairs, slept on the sofa.
Oh.
In her house.
Oh, she doesn't like it when people are near
like,
her.
So, well, no, Sophie wasn't giving her any space, so she doesn't like that.
Oh.
Like that. So yeah, she's back. She's coming back.
So you're going to have to set that up for me.
Well, I will come in here. I don't mind moving around. I'm very happy to move, and because the sleeping thing, you're over your sleeping thing. So if you don't get enough sleep, you're really not happy with yourself.
Well, no one is.
No one is. But I think I can cope with it a bit better because I'm more used to it. You go to bed quite early, and you have quite a lot of sleep generally, and that is your thing. And I'm not saying something wrong with it. I'm saying that is your thing. I've been a bit used to maybe just with getting up for babies and onward and then into menopause and not sleeping as well. I think I could cope better with 4 hours sleep than you, generally.
I did quite well with that no-nighter that week.
Yes, took you a while to catch up, which it would do.
I took 2 hours and then I slept well and I had a busy week. I was surprised. I thought I'd be really knocked out. But I treated it like jet lag. I remember I had a meeting with this guy, talking about jet lag. I had a meeting with a guy.
Why has that gone off?
Because he's just on the screen.
Sorry, carry on, everybody.
Oh, she's gone a screensaver, not a screensaver. There it is.
Woo!
It won't have gone off, Susie.
I know, but normally I can tap it, it'll come back.
Yeah, but you double tapped it and that's what confused it.
Oh my God, here we go.
Oh, there we are. Yeah, I met a guy from the Buck Institute in California who specialises in jet lag. Because obviously lots of people travel for business and so on, and then they've got to try and perform when they're absolutely knackered in a different time zone.
Yeah.
And the big one is obviously not drinking on the flight, alcohol, and trying not to eat, which I find that's quite tough, but not to eat on the flight. And then as soon as you land, you eat the meal that's equivalent to wherever you've landed. So if it's breakfast, it's breakfast. And also getting daylight. So
but I think if you, especially I think that's why a lot of people like to get a night flight generally, because you can like have a meal at the airport, whatever, and then you get on the flight and you don't eat in the middle of the night normally at home.
No.
So why? It's just because it's boredom. People come around, they give you food, and you're bored, so you just eat stuff.
Well, that time I was in the hospital with Mum all night. I was like the same thing. I was thinking.
We didn't do a podcast last week because Mum wasn't very well, so you had to take her and stay with her.
We experienced NHS. Brilliant people working there, but my God, she was there from 10:30 and wasn't seen till 7:45 the next morning. An 86-year-old woman sitting in a hard plastic chair, and the doctor asked how did she feel at 7:45 in the morning. I almost like, well, I feel fucking shit, and I came in okay. You can't blame them. There aren't enough people.
It's not the hospitals.
But I can't see a solution.
Yeah, but the problem for you, I think, also, which exacerbated it a bit, was that there was you overlapped on the shift change.
Yeah, we
and
were
then
just
there was a
about to
massive
see the doctor
communication
at 7 o'clock,
breakdown.
and then you have an hour and a half. But also, I don't know, having my own business and knowing how you treat clients and so on, the doctor that we had, or that we were going to see, at one point had his door open and had his two favourite nurses, male and a female, and they were just chatting. Not talking about clients, just chatting shit, which is fine, they've been working all night. But fucking close the door, you moron, because there's people sitting out here waiting to see you who have waited for 11 hours. And you just think, I don't know, the doctor we eventually saw, Indian guy, absolutely lovely, really lovely bedside manner, and, all very apologetic. So everyone that was in the waiting room, I think, I spoke to, I just, I'm like, have a chat, were English. Everyone working, apart from one junior nurse, was foreign. So African, Eastern European, Asian. And all very good. But I also cannot understand, in the world we live in with IT and technology now, is you go in there, you go up to the desk, they tut at you because you're asking them questions, they say, how long left? They tell you, you've got about 4.5 hours left, and there's a sign up saying there's now a 9 to 10 hour wait. There's screens everywhere that aren't being used. Put the names of the people up there so you can see where you're at. It's just communication. It's like when a flight's delayed and no one tells you what the hell's going on. That's where frustration comes about.
But worse, because people are feeling like poo anyway, or like
have
half a finger hanging off.
There was a woman behind whose ankle was pointing the wrong way, pregnant. I'm like, fuck. She was tough as boots. Indian husband was going bonkers. They go, well, it's not life-threatening.
It could be to the baby if she passes out and stops
the
breathing.
The triage when they go in is very quick. So they go and check and make sure, and if it's not life-threatening, unfortunately, you're then in the list. But as I said to you when I came back, I'm going to carry on working my titties off so that when I'm at that age, I have a number I can ring and someone comes, because I'm not doing that. That is just a miserable way to live to spend, and we all know that, as you age, you spend more and more time in your week going to medical appointments.
Yeah, but I suppose you have a doctor who comes to you. That's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to research.
But, your mum and dad, they just... Unfortunately, there was like a bit of a breakdown in communication from us because it was the evening. Your phone was in the kitchen, on silent, because, you've done your day pretty much. And usually they're in bed by like 8:30 p.m.
Well done.
Your parents, so there's not much happening after that time.
No, yeah, exactly. I was like, don't have your phone in the room.
So then you just... you shoot it off and...
Good old Find My iPhone.
Yeah, saw that your dad was on the move and we're like, what is that about?
Our kids don't seem to complain. I think a lot of other kids do when parents have Find My iPhone on. Kids don't like it.
It depends on the parents.
Complained.
I do stalk them, not in a horrible way, but I'm just for me it's like a safety thing.
No, I know, but
where they
a
are.
lot of kids don't like it. They get proper hissy fit. I've heard some of Flynn's mates go, "Oh, my mum knows." For my mum and dad, I could see my dad's phone going towards Epsom Hospital.
Yeah, but I think we're not as necessarily as judgmental of where kids are going.
You're looking every half an hour.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But more that they're. I said to them, if you do something or something happens to you, tell us, because we can't help you if we don't know where you are or what you're doing. It doesn't matter what's happening, where you are, who you're with or whatever, that judgmental bit. It's more that we can't help you if we don't know the truth. So that's what I've tried to instill in them, that they tell us the truth, tell us exactly who you're with, so our kids will communicate, so we will know way more about what goes on in their lives and their mates' lives than some other parents, because we don't necessarily judge
there's not
their behaviour, we don't look down on it, it's teenage stuff. So they share a lot more, I think, mostly than other people.
True.
As do you.
True.
Than some other husbands.
I tell you everything.
Exactly.
Yes. So the NHS, I thought when Boris went in with severe COVID and everyone thought he was going to die, because he experienced that and they saved his life, I really did think there was going to be a change in the NHS. But it's amazing how quickly people forget. Obviously he came out of power, but it's such a broken... It's so broken. And I know it's supply and demand, and, junior doctors about to go on strike, no English
But the more pressure they put on, and more like, I suppose more... Yeah, the more pressure is breaking all the people who want to be doctors and want to be nurses. People are avoiding it now because it's such a...
But you imagine...
They're trying to help people in a healthy way.
You imagine...
And they are the most broken people that we know.
I think that looking at the NHS... But let's say you take... That's what I was saying. You take each hospital as its own entity because they have different demographics, whatever. If you brought in a CEO of a big company, successful company, and said, right, I want you to look at this... 6 months, what would you do? If they were running it as an independent business, they'd be like, well, we're struggling here, we're okay at that, we need more staff, how are we going to do it? It could be fixed, but again, it's throwing huge amounts of money.
But that's what I mean. I think the people who are at the top in each hospital running it they're restricted by what they can do.
By their budget,
because
and also not enough staff.
Not enough staff, people are off sick, it's such a huge...
But the evening
thing.
shift compared to the morning shift, when the morning shift all came in at 7 o'clock or whatever time it was, there must have been a 3-fold increase in staffing, which you get because it's... I guess no one wants to do the night shift, but it was literally 3-fold. Suddenly we went from 2 doctors up to 4, I think it was, and there were like nurses everywhere.
Yeah.
No, it was still backlogged.
Yeah, no, but as in like it would go much quicker if you had more staff.
Yeah. Yeah. Good old Dignitas in Switzerland.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, you can understand. No, if you've got a terminal illness, that's not the way you want to end up living your
I
life.
know, and that's the worst thing is going into hospital. A lot of people, especially when they're elderly, it's a bit depressing. Sorry.
But they went into A&E, and that, you know, there's literally the corridors were full of people on gurneys on beds
but that's
waiting.
what I mean. You go in, and then it's unlikely, especially if you get, there's just anyway, not nice.
No, sorry, that was
Not nice. Jesus, it's supposed to be like cheering people up.
Well, keep healthy.
Reality.
Don't drink too much over Christmas,
We're
and
not
if you
finished
do
yet.
drink,
We're not
if you
finished
do
with
drink,
Christmas yet.
I know.
This is the time when everybody's going their like Christmas
Pre-Christmas parties.
work parties.
Last client
end
had
of
been
term.
3 nights out in a row. Yeah, there's a lot of heavy drinkage and good food being
But also,
eaten.
I think that do they like office parties still happen? Are like
Yes.
the same shenanigans?
But they're
go on
not
that
in
they
the
used
office
to?
anymore.
But see, I think also with the input of video and phones and evidence, basically, I think maybe less so.
What, office
Stuff
parties?
happening and things like that. It's like with Lynn's initiation, they didn't have phones, so there's no
Proof.
recording of what went down.
Yeah.
I think in office parties, in the heyday of office parties, before people started videoing phones and taking photos.
Did you ever
and everything.
experience?
I never worked in an office. Didn't go to an office party.
I thought you might attempt in one.
No.
Never
End of series filming is probably the nearest, like finished
okay.
Gladiators or.
Our landscaping one was.
I used to do gymnastics
went to a
coaching
pub.
with like.
Oh, there we are.
We didn't have Christmas parties. There were about 5 of us,
Oh.
and they're all women.
So, do you not like women?
I did like women, but not.
Oh.
And even I'm talking about like the shenanigans.
Oh, shenanigans.
Office shenanigans that go on when you like suddenly find, Barry from accounts
Snogging.
on the photocopier
Anita.
with
Yeah.
Anita, the CEO or something. Do you know what I mean? I'm giving Anita status. She's the CEO.
Is she?
Mm.
I'd see Anita more as a CFO.
Or receptionist.
No,
Generally.
you jump.
No, I'm just saying the receptionist people, all the sort of. I'm talking about the sort of hierarchy of the power trip of like blokes in suits running the companies and I'm talking about olden days people, and then the girls were only on reception.
Yeah.
Minor roles, secretarial stuff. Probably just fuming because they're thinking I can do this 10 times
I could do it better. Yeah, exactly.
These idiots.
In a suit.
Idiots, all of them. Anyway, if you're having an office party, do tell us some shenanigans. If there's any shenanigans to talk about. Because we don't really have... We're having our Christmas do for the gym, aren't we?
Yes. Yeah. We'll
In a
see if
couple of
any
weeks.
shenanigans happen there. I'm trying to think of all
Doubt
the
there's
PS
any
ones over the time. There's been a
shenanigans.
few.
I knew you had shenanigans. Didn't someone go back to the gym and...
Stay in the therapy room.
In the therapy room?
Yeah. That's happened a couple of times.
That will not be happening this time, thank you.
I never say never.
Keys will be removed.
In the pot. Oh.
Removed. Keys, security. And also there's security footage everywhere now, so you can't get in.
That's true. Everything's cameraed.
Alarmed, cameraed. Well, it was back then, probably. It's just they got in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other shenanigans. Obviously, the pyramids. That's the PS tradition.
Who would we get to do the pyramid this time?
Oh, we have to do one outside the pub. The tradition carries on. Obviously, Charlie.
Well, we've got Wednesday night. Wednesday night you have to do one, because that's OGs. OG PS.
Yes.
All the original gangsters from Personal Space, who we always used to doing that.
Yes. Yeah. So
Is everybody coming out Wednesday?
Don't know.
Okay.
Megan can't. Her doggy died.
Yeah.
Little Cyndi Lauper.
Okay, well, cheer up, everybody.
Sorry, I put a bit of a
you
down
down.
on
We've
it.
gone from crime to hospital drama to...
Yeah, Joey Barton.
Don't be a Joey Barton, basically, ever.
Joey Deacon. Do you remember
Joey
when we used to
Deacon,
say
back
that?
in the day, that was so wrong.
Terrible. He was on Blue Peter. Do you know how that came about?
Was it Blue Peter or That's Life or one of
No,
those?
he was Blue Peter,
Was
I
it?
believe. I'm pretty sure it was Blue Peter. He came on as Blue Peter, and I believe Joey Deacon had Downs. I think. Or he had a speech. He definitely had a speech impediment. That's why.
Oh, I thought it was like cerebral palsy or
Joey
something like
came
that.
about.
All right, love you all. See you soon.
Thank you very much.